Good afternoon, guys. So I thought it was about time that maybe I do a video explaining what's going on with me and what's going on with my involvement with Live Bearded, for those of you that have seen little snippets here and there on my social media. So again, my name is Ron Hornsby McDaniel, and for those of you that don't know me, and I have a pretty big presence on social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, those types of things. And you may have seen my face before, but usually not on my products or my business ventures. My videos and my content and my photos have been stolen for the last 2 or 3 years by lots of other companies in the world, defrauding and misrepresenting their products and their models and such, to steal people and defraud them of their money. So I've been fighting that for a few years, but neither here nor there. Just to give you a little bit of background, I come from the U.S. I lived there for about 30 years. Prior to that, I was in Europe, and I'm a Gulf War veteran, U.S. Navy. I did my stint after school and was there in the Navy until 1993. I got out in 93. I decided when I got out that I wanted facial hair because in the military, you can't have facial hair in the U.S., not more than a mustache. So, of course, I had my Tom Selleck mustache and such. But when I got out, I decided I wanted to grow a beard, so I grew a full beard, what I called a full beard at the time, what society thought was a full beard. I never let it go more than, an inch or two or something like that. So to catch up to modern times, I have been a stylist and a barber and a salon barber and spa and school owner for about the last 23, 24 years. And through a chain of events, I was married for a very long time of 22 years and went through a divorce. And during that divorce, I started dating somebody in Montreal, Quebec, in Canada. At the very end of my divorce, which took about a year, painful divorce, which I'm sure lots of people know about and can sympathize and know what I went through. My only child and my only daughter passed away unexpectedly. So at that point in my life, I needed some change. I made some drastic decisions to sell off everything I have and to move away and to start a new life. The person that I had been dating in Canada asked me to marry them, and I decided to move to Canada and start a completely new life. At that point, I also decided that I needed to reinvent myself and be a new me and completely start not a new chapter, but a new book of my life. Middle-aged, getting older, and completely wanted to be somebody new and something new, and try out for a different type of happiness in the latter part of my life, the second part of my life. So when I moved here, I decided to grow out my beard. As you can see, I'm covered in tattoos. I have a pretty boisterous personality. I'm quite social. I love to talk and I love to meet people and such. So growing out my beard truly has given me more attention than I've ever had in my entire life. I never thought at this age that I would get this type of attention, ever. But as soon as I grew my beard out and I stepped foot on Montreal soil in Canada, I was approached by model agents, photographers, and stuff like that. And people wanted to take my photo, and people wanted me to represent their products and such. And that is how everything kind of started. I had decided at that point that I took a little break, and I did some modeling, and I took a break for about a year and a half, and then after that, I decided to open up another barber shop. So I opened up a small shop, and decided that it was just going to be a one-man show, just going to be me. I no longer wanted the employees. I no longer wanted the stress or the responsibility. My new marriage, my new life, my new independence. I just wanted to move forward in a very positive, stress-free way. I wanted to better myself. I wanted to live differently. It's important to me at this part in my life, learning and looking back so much, that I've made mistakes, as everybody does, and you get older, and hopefully you can change and learn from those. And that's what I truly try to do every day. So as part of that, I wanted to do everything myself, and I grew out my beard. I also joined an international nonprofit organization called the Bearded Villains. I'm the captain of the Montreal chapter, and growing out my beard being on social media, opening up a barber shop, being part of the Bearded Villains, whose goal is equality, acceptance, changing opinions, and helping people, unfortunate people along the way with our charities and such, were very, very important to me and have become part of my life and what I do on a daily basis. So a few years ago in my barbershop, I decided that I was going to come up with my own products because I could never find any products that, frankly, worked for me for one reason or another. One or two of the products were good. A couple of the other products were not. Some didn't work well together. They didn't work well with my beard. I could never find any myself that I could wholly stand behind, as well as animal testing, being organic, having a good corporate message, actually liking the people, spending time getting to know the entrepreneurs, the owners, the directors of the company and such. I just couldn't do it. So I could never find that company that fit with me personally, which was important. I didn't want to support, sell, or be part of anything that I didn't wholly believe in. So I started making my own products. I hired a company and a chemist and found a few products that I liked and I had made and I sold. But I have quickly realized over about the last year and a half, I do a lot. Besides my regular clients and my barbershop, I also sell kilts. I have a kilt store. I have Scottish background and kilt accessories. And so I have the barbershop, my kilts, my online store, and I was also manufacturing and selling beard products. For anybody that knows about manufacturing, it's a difficult process. It's time consuming with testing, dealing with chemicals, and just marketing it, the research. It's a nightmare and it's really, really difficult. And it was difficult for me. I'm a one-man show. So I've been looking over the last year as my supplies have dwindled down. I had already made the decision that I wasn't going to replace them, that I really wanted to find a company that I could partner with and that I could work with, that I believed in. So I've taken my time and I'm approached by a lot of companies all the time. And even though I may like their products and I like them, they're just not necessarily as focused on the human aspect that is so important to me. It's more just about the products, but to me, the products and the human piece have to be together and have some type of synchronicity and have an alignment in their goals and for kind of the human results part of it. And so I found a few companies. I worked with a few different companies, talked to them, got to know them, tried out a few products, and again, didn't really work out for me. So out of nowhere, I heard about Live Bearded. I spent quite a bit of time over the months, spending hours and hours on end, texting, phone calls, research with a gentleman named Woody and one of the owners named Spencer. You can check them out on YouTube. Live Bearded. They have great videos, great content and stuff like that. And after spending so much time talking to them, trying the products, but most importantly, talking to them, getting to know them, there was a real balance between the quality of the products, beard maintenance, living bearded, the lifestyle of living bearded, going hand in hand with also the human aspect that was so important to me and the message that went out with the products and through them and lived by them about the brotherhood and about, again, acceptance and equality and being good people and helping people around you and having positive messages and such, which, again, is important to me and is important to my organization that I represent and that I lead and my guys. I may not have children any longer, but I have guys that I lead, as well as I have friends that I need to be a mentor. I'm older. I've been around a while. I've done a lot and I've seen a lot. And especially with my beard and what I do for a living, I want to be a good a good leader, and I want to give those good messages and make sure that I live those messages and not be hypocritical about them. And so after talking to them, I decided I needed to be part of this organization, and I needed to be part of their message, and their message needed to be part of me. So I made a decision a few weeks ago that I would come on board with Live Bearded, and thank goodness they wanted me to be part of their organization. So they asked me to come on board. So going forward, you're going to be seeing a lot more about me, talking about them and spending time with their message, which again is very much about who I am and what I am. Anybody that knows me, and everybody that knows me also knows I love to talk, and I love to talk about people and products and the good things in life, positive vibes only. As much as that's going on around us, we need positive messages. No matter what you're doing in life, think about your surroundings, think about your fellow man, think about your families, think about what's going on in our economies and in our culture, and how everybody's actions influence those things. So I think if you're going to buy a product, be part of a message, make sure it's a good one. So Live Bearded is that, I can promise you. And anything that you see that I put into my social media, I can guarantee you it's a good product, it's a quality product, it won't harm in any way, it has a great message coming from great people, and I can vouch for it. So I just wanted to let everybody know where I'm at and why I made this decision. And it's time for me to concentrate on what I do best. And that is working with beards, working with my clients, getting out the message. And let's leave creating products to the guys that create great products and the great associated messages. The one thing that they do, and they do it well, so that it's not left to people like me who put out a decent product, a good product, but may not do it the best because somebody like me has my hands in too many things. So I'm going to leave it to them. Let them create it. Let them do it. Let them do the testing. Pass it to me. I'll send out the message. I'll give the message. I'll live the message. And I'll make sure everybody else associated with me, talking to me, part of me, and around me will live the message too. Because that's what it's about. Because, again, with all this going around us right now and everything that's happening around the world, it's always a great day to live bearded.